Hey there, it's Nicole Murphy, and I am so excited to spend the next 5 days with you as your Diamond Coach of the Week. So each day we're going to go over a different topic, and I'm going to share with you some of the things that I've learned along the way, some of the things that I've applied and that have worked for me, and hopefully you'll get some takeaways from this that will help you in your coaching business as they have in my business for the past 2 years. So, our first day is all about your why and how to stay connected to that. And everybody's why is different, obviously. We're all different people, we have different wants and needs, and it's a very personal thing. The thing we need to realize is that our why is different from our goals. Our goals are things that we set for ourselves to get somewhere, it's where we want to go. Our why is the driving force behind that. Our why is really what's inside of us that makes us get up every morning and put our 2 feet on the ground and go for it. So there's no wrong answer to your why because it's so personal and it's yours. It belongs to you. So there's no wrong answer, but the only wrong thing there could be is that if you have no why or you don't know what your why is. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's really important to take some steps to figure out what that why is and why you're doing this. We're in challenge groups all the time, and I ask my challengers to write down what their why is before they even start the challenge. Because when they struggle, they have something to go back to look at, to remind them why they're there and to sort of reignite their energy. Well, the same thing goes for coaching. If we write down our why and when we struggle, we look at that why, that will help us. It'll help you go back and figure out why you started, what you want out of this, and what fuels you. So it's not wrong that you don't know what your why is or you haven't written down what your why is yet, but it's important to start thinking about it. So to put it in perspective, when you sit down to think about your why and you really want to get inside of yourself, there's some things that you can do to get there. So the first thing I did when I sat down to really get to the heart of what my why is, I asked myself a few questions. I asked myself first, where was I in my life when I was the happiest? Or I am the happiest, whichever. And I wrote down all the times in my life when I really felt happy and what was I doing and where was I and how was I spending my time. The second thing is to close your eyes and picture yourself the happiest you could ever be. What would you be doing? Where would you be? Who would you be with? How would you be spending your time? And then the third thing is think about and write down what you could talk about for hours on end to anybody. What are the things that just bring out the passion in you and you could sit down and talk to anybody about them any time of day. So you take those three things and you put them on paper. So now you have some notes to work off of. Go through those notes and look for common threads. Look for things that, stand out to you. And for some people, it's your kids. Some people, it's your family. Some people, it's travel. Some people, it's your career. So you're going to find common threads. The same words in all three answers are going to be in the answers. So as you look at that, pick out the common thread. And then think about the fact that, okay, so now that might be my why I want to do this. So for example, mine came out with my son and my family were the common threads that were in all three questions. So then I wrote that down. Okay, why am I doing this? Well, I'm doing this for my son. I'm doing this for my family. But don't stop there because it's deeper than that. Go deeper and say, well, why do I want to do it for my son? Why do I want to do it for my family? I want to do it for my son, and I'll be perfectly honest with you, because he struggles in school. And I want to do this for my husband, my family, because he has a job that he doesn't really love, and he works a lot of hours at it. And if I could retire him, I would be so happy, and I know he would too. So I brought my why to a deeper level. My son needs my help. My son needs me here more than my full-time job affords me. My husband would like to quit his job. So I have two reasons why I'm doing this. But let's even go deeper than that. Why do I want to be there for my son? Why do I want my husband to be able to quit his job? Well, I want to be there for my son because I want to see him succeed. I want to see him happy because it breaks my heart when I see him struggle in school. Why do I want to be there for my husband? Because I hate watching him come home exhausted every night and frustrated at a job that he's kind of stuck in. So I got to that point where my why was so deep that I could feel it, that it actually brought me to tears when I put it down on paper. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to get to the heart of really why you're doing this. And don't leave it on the surface. Don't leave it, I just want to help people. I just want to help my family. I just want to, make money. That's not what it's about. What it's about is what's really deep inside of you. And if you do that, if you can get to that point where you can keep asking yourself why on top of why on top of why, and you get to that point where you know in your heart that that is exactly why you're doing this, then you'll stay connected to that. You'll stay true to that because you'll know that that's what's really in your gut and in your heart. And then you can write that down, and when you're struggling in this business, you go back to that and you reaffirm and re-energize and reignite why you're doing this and your passion and where you want to go. And you connect that to your goals and you go with it and you run. So there are times in this business where we are, at a low point. We hear crickets. There's nobody answering us and we don't know what to do. Go back to your why and really, really, really think about why you're here and what you're doing and reconnect to that. And remember when you sat down that first time to figure out what your why was, how deep you went into that, and do it again and again and again. And you will find that you can overcome any low point, any struggle, anything that this business gives you because you're stronger with your why. So I hope this tip helped you a little bit to sit down and maybe put pen to paper and figure out what your why is. And I would love to hear how you came about your why and what your why is. So if you haven't commented on what your why is yet, put it in the comments below. And also how you got to the why. What kind of steps did you take to get to your why that's in your heart? I hope you all have a great day. Bye.